So Wendy Williams spent the night. Let's just get to where it is now, right? I've built up the story that she's supposed to be a mess, right? There was a story that two weeks before that where they said that she was out shopping alone, and then they had the video of it too. Nothing with me and the Mister pulled. He pulled up the video. We were watching it. Her wandering around the store, running around the store by herself, talking to the camera when the camera's not talking to her. Like, she's just talking to the camera, just like you can tell, she misses the camera. So I guess that's what the lonely thing is, right? That they have this narrative that she's lonely. Because this is not the first time. In this story, they talk about her being by herself, sitting in the restaurant in a gay bar all by herself, and they felt like she looks lonely. Well, that was the narrative before, too, when she was rolling around, walking around and stuff, that she looks lonely. I don't know how she's lonely. I mean, we don't know what she's doing when she's at home, or who she's talking to, or who she's hanging out with. You think she's in the house by herself, just staring at four walls? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people want the worst for Wendy anyway. They want her to suffer. And I think that sometimes she's doing this so that those people can get their grist out. You know what I'm saying? Get it out. Get it all out. You want her to suffer, don't you? You want her to be all limpy and sick and sorry and a tragic mess, so you can just continue to go, oh, that's her karma. That's her karma. She's getting her karma. I hope you guys are just all right with that, okay? I hope you guys are feeling good about yourself. I'm seeing this as a Wendy Needster, by the way. I'm saying this as a Wendy Needster. So here we go. She's in New York. She was seen at Fresco by Scotto, which is Rosanna Scotto's restaurant, where all the Upper East Side enchilante go. So big shout out to, Wendy. She went from Scotto because that's her best friend over there, Miss Rosanna Scotto, which is not one of my friends that I like for her, by the way. It's not one of the friends that I like for her. I don't like her for her, but that's beside the point, okay? That's just me. And then she went to the gay bar called Townhouse. And so there was this naughty but nice podcaster, and his name is Rob Schuster. He was there, and he saw Wendy, and he said that she looked lonely sitting by herself. This is thing where people feel like if you're doing anything by yourself that you're lonely. And I disagree with that. For the last couple of minutes I have to talk about this, because... One, I don't believe that Wendy's thinking about moving to L.A. I don't think so. And two, I don't think that she's lonely. But this is what I'm going to say to close this conversation out, because this is really bothering me. And shout out to Wendy Williams. I love you. Wendy, we go back. Dons and Divas. Remember? Yeah. And my HUD? Yeah. Okay, we've had several meetings, bumpings, But just because you like to sit into, some people say you go to movies by yourself, you go to a restaurant by yourself. Some people see that as lonely. And I don't think so. I don't think that's lonely. I think that you should be able to be with yourself. You should be able to date yourself. You should be able to hang out with yourself. If you can't hang out with yourself, then how the hell are you hanging out with everybody else? And this is the problem with most of y'all relationships. You can't even deal with your damn selves, and then you expect someone else to deal with your damn self. I don't want to deal with somebody that you don't want to deal with. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. If you can go to a restaurant by yourself and enjoy yourself and sit down and have a good meal, you know what I'm saying? You're not lonely. I'm sure if you have a text thread, friends, a group text, your group chat texting at the table, you can read a book. You know what I'm saying? You can even conversate with someone in your ear. You know what I'm saying? If it's that serious, you can go to the movies. I used to go to movies by myself. I'll never forget my girlfriend used to say, why don't you go to movies by yourself? You know what? You like movies so much. You know what? You're right. And I enjoyed myself. I didn't have a problem. I got over that whole stigma. It's a stigma. It's how you think everyone else looks at you. This not so what? Go to wherever you need to go. If you want to go by your darn self, you go by yourself. You go to an amusement park, you want to go on those rides, you go by yourself. You don't need anybody. You can actually meet somebody where you go. Why you got to go and be with somebody? Why can't you just go be by yourself, have a good old time? Nobody got to tell you when to stop, where to go, get up, get sit down. You can go eat what you want to eat. No one's got to be looking at your teeth and say, oh, got green stuff in your teeth. You can have a good time. And again, like I said, you can meet somebody while you're there. You have the options are open. So stop with this lonely stuff. This is what I had to say about this. I didn't do all of this stuff with Wendy just because I was so upset about the lonely thing. That's what triggered me. All right, there you go. So shout out to all the people who can date yourselves, and you guys are having a great time, and you're not lonely. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Make sure you download the We Are You Radio app, everybody. That way you don't miss a thing. Check out full episodes of Raw and Uncut, Monday through Friday, 7 to 11, live streaming on We Are You Radio. Or hit the link in the bio to download the We Are You Radio app, or for the Anchor podcast link. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening to Raw and Uncut on We Are You Radio, the Urbans on the Pride.